Okay, today is January the 1st, 2016, and today we're watching the water vapor loop once again, Northeast Pacific, and we see that this system has somewhat reorganized and rebuilt, and that may be because they took some power off of the system and it's rebuilt, or it's hard to say, but we've got a separate little system here. This may have been a part of the system that was moving counterclockwise last night. We had a little bit of a clockwise movement in that system last night, but that has since been eliminated here. I'm not quite sure what's happened. I've reviewed my video from last night, and what we have here is a new system. This moved down out of the Arctic Circle, out of the Bering Sea here, this one right here. But this system here looks like it's reorganized, and we still have a front here. There's no longer two fronts, but we have just a single front and also this system here. At any rate, we still have heat being applied right in here, and also in the core of this system here, which is now dropping down. Also, we have this blockade, which is now very strong. It's blocking this flow here. This is part of the jet stream. Let's go ahead and take a look at the jet stream right now and see what's happening here. We have a very strong flow moving across the East Pacific, just north of Hawaii, and then we have a branch off here that's moving sort of to the north, and that's that flow right off of the west coast, that storm front that's moving right up into Alaska, and then we have the rest of this jet stream is moving off towards Mexico and then out to the east northeast. So let's go back and look at the map again, and we can see that this area of high pressure, this shield, is still installed here, and that is keeping a lot of this out of the northwest. But what's happened here is that we have a flow right into central and southern California. Let's go and look at this right now in the infrared loop, and we can see that there's some moisture moving into central and southern California. Now this morning, early this morning when I got up around 9 o'clock, we had 63% relative humidity. And I saw that there were a few chemtrails in the skies looking due south. We had, and then as the day wore on, we had a lot of chemtrailing in the skies. I saw a portion of the Rose Parade, and I could see that from the camera angles they were shooting at up into the skies. We could see the chemtrails down there along Colorado Boulevard. And so as the day wore on and it became around 2 p.m., the relative humidity had dropped to 18%. All right, 18%, and that's because of the chemtrails. Now, all the new subscribers that are tuning into this weather report that we do daily, the chemtrails in the skies lower the relative humidity. That's one of the first things I observed when I started studying the chemtrails, and all I had was a good barometer, and I noticed a few things with the barometer. When storms would approach, we would see the barometric pressure rise, and that's typical. That's consistent with what we're seeing offshore here. Yesterday, this shield was extending all the way down into Southern California. You can watch the December 30th and 31st videos to see this shield when it was blocking the entire West Coast. But the point is that when these storms are moving in, high pressure is installed, the barometric pressure goes up. We can see that on the barometers. So that's all I had to work with, and then I got a temperature, humidity, and a dew point sensor, and also another barometer built into that instrument. And so I was able to verify these things. That is the pressure arriving at the most opportune time, these high pressure centers to block weather and so forth and so on. But the chemtrails is the interesting thing. A lot of people don't even know what chemtrails are. They don't, and when you start talking about them, they immediately think that you're a kook because all they've heard about is what they've heard on television, a soundbite on either Fox News or CNN or something like that. And of course, the people on CNN and Fox News are never going to give you the truth under any conditions. And so that's why we're here. And what these chemtrails do is they lower the relative humidity. They basically sponge up the atmospheric moisture. And so they spray a few thousand feet higher than the normal clouds out there, usually around 40,000 feet, 45,000 feet. And that causes an inversion layer. And the clouds, the rain clouds have no lift. And so in order to have rain, you have to have lift and moisture. And so if you take away the lift, then we cannot have rain. And so that's what these chemtrails are doing. And they also lower the relative humidity by some method. Now that may be because of the chemicals in the mix itself. I don't know for sure, but we just watch the barometers, and they don't lie, and the relative humidity measurements don't lie, and of course these satellites are fairly accurate most of the time. So between all these factors, we've come to expose the weather manipulation scheme that's going on here. All right, let's take a look at some of these other maps. Here is the Western U.S. water vapor loop. We can see that there is a moisture field moving right into Central and Southern California, and that was the reason why we had these chemtrail being sprayed today. We have an opportunity for rain, and that's moving in right now. But currently, right now in Los Angeles, at 11 p.m., we have 43 degrees is the temperature. We've got relative humidity at 38%. The dew point is 20 degrees, and the barometric pressure is 30.05 inches. So that's the situation right now. The chemtrails, as I say, when I got up this morning, the relative humidity was 63%. It was damp outside. It was, it felt like we had weather approaching. But as soon as those chemtrails were sprayed, around 2 o'clock, like I say, it was 18% relative humidity. That's what happens every time. So people need to be aware of what's happening. All right, let's look at this is the southwest water vapor loop. We can see patches of moisture moving in. This is the LA area right here. Okay, let's take a look now at the rainbow loop. See some of that moving in. There's no hint of rain outside. When you go outside, it does not feel like rain at all. It's just dead still. There's no wind. And so this here, I'm not sure where they're getting all this information. This shows, light to medium precipitation, but they may be chemtrailing over the tops of these clouds as that moves onshore. I just don't know for sure. If we look at the SSEC geostationary water vapor map here, we can see that there is some evidence of chemtrailing going on here in this moisture field right here. All right in this area. Okay, let's take a look at the. You saw that already. Let's take a look at the surface analysis map. We can see that there are highs positioned all up and down the Canadian and west coast here. We've got a high down here off of Southern California, but we also have a developing gale offshore right here indicated, this low pressure system. We'll take a look at that. In fact, let's go back right now and look at that once again, because I was going to explain that. We have a HAARP transmitter positioned right on top of this area right here. Now this is basically a dry low. If they're hitting this, of course, to prevent it from spinning up as it moves towards California, and that's what's indicated on the surface analysis map we were just looking at. So they've got a transmitter right here to prevent any counterclockwise development of this area right here. We can see the heat being applied. That's a transmitter focusing descending air right onto that core to prevent counterclockwise motion and development of a low pressure system. So let's go back again and look at that map. They have that area here indicated, developing gale, but this is not going to go anywhere because they've got a HAARP transmitter a transmitter on it right here. All right, and so we'll just have to keep an eye on what's happening. We also have this storm up here. This is a 957 millibar storm right up near the Aleutian Islands, and another developing storm out past Hawaii, which is right down here. This is a developing hurricane force storm, 976 millibar, which is forecast to move in an easterly pattern. All right, so we'll keep an eye on all this. There's a trough indicated here. But there is rain forecast for Monday, possibly. And that's what they're saying on TV. But the smartphones that we have, the weather report or forecast is changing from day to day. So we never know what's really going to happen. So the best way to rely on the truth is just to look at the satellite maps, and that's what we're looking at here. Here's the wave analysis report. We have 24-foot seas developing right out here on that one system that we were just looking at. 24-foot seas there. We have 18 and 21-foot swells up here. 10 and 11 feet swells out right here off of California. All right, let's go back and look again at the this map, and we can see that there are chemtrails that have been laid out all through here, and that's what we saw today. Heavy chemtrailing over Southern California, and we have this low pressure system that's being killed off right here. So there is a deliberate effort to stop the rain potential as it moves into California. Once again, drought-stricken California is being robbed of Mother Nature's moisture, and they're chemtrailing, and they're killing off this low pressure right here, which would normally spin counterclockwise. And of course, we have this huge front. This is full of rain. Got that blockade right here. And I don't know where these guys think we're going to get rain out of a little thing like this, this little tiny system here. But I hope we get rain, but we'll see what happens. So that's pretty much it. We'll do another update tomorrow.